Ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to present to you and formally introduce Bob, Cos, and Arthur, the Play No Games podcast.
It's your favorite podcast where we talk about real life and exchange a few laughs. We sticking to our path. When you find understanding, just know that will never last. We ain't here to play no games.
What's
The world is getting
guys?
crazy,
It's
and now
Cartier
we know
Bob
we
back
gotta
here
be
again
the
with,
change.
An illustrious installment of the Play No Games podcast.
It's Tay Ford here.
It's Cos.
And along with that, we also have a friend of mine and a basketball legend in the city, Andrew Andrews.
What's going on, y'all?
Welcome.
Sound effects.
That was good, Drew. Appreciate you coming on today. I know you're a busy man. You got a lot on your plate as far as just summertime schedule. So, just thank you for taking time to sit down and talk with us today. Just starting out, for those of, our viewers who don't know who you are, where you from, just, say a little bit about yourself as far as, area you from in Portland.
Man, I'm from inner city Portland. I grew up on Deacom. Actually grew up in two different spots. I was on 11th and Brazil for a portion growing up, and then moved over to Northeast Deacom, or 69 Northeast Deacom. So I was right down the street from Jeff. Ended up going to Irvington Elementary School.
Mm-hmm.
Then from there went to Fernwood. From there went to Benson. Then so on and so forth.
Now back to your time in middle school. I was talking to this little birdie, and he told me there was a time, I think you were in 5th grade, y'all playing in a state title game. You had to leave for a certain reason.
Yeah.
What happened with that?
Yep. So growing up with Joe Witness, so my mom, I think it was the memorial, and my mom was like, we going to the memorial and you can't play in the game. And I was crushed. I remember that like it was yesterday. And it was a championship game. I played the whole tournament. We were playing, I forget the team's name, but Miles Gatewood and them. But they're like our rival in the city. Us, Urban Sports, and this other team, we just beat up on everybody. So we're playing them. And it's like the showdown. They done beat us a couple times this year already. We ready to get one. And she hit me with that, and I was crushed because once mom says, you ain't
got no choice.
You ain't got no choice, no matter what you want to do. So I was sick, and I remember on the drive back, they called me we won. Everyone screaming. I was even sicker. I was happy.
Damn.
I was happy because they won, but I was sick because I wanted to beat them too. And I was like, yeah, we won, but y'all really won. I wanted to do it with y'all. But yeah, not out. True story for real.
Yeah, I got some credible sources. Yeah. But just skip.
Nardwire.
I know.
I told you, I got some breadcrumbs today for him.
Here we go.
Going back a little bit though, who first put the ball in your hands? And when you first start playing?
I mean, easy answer is probably my mom. You know what I'm saying? From what I can remember, there was always kind of a ball in my hand of some sorts, even if it wasn't a basketball, whether it was just a little toy play ball, could have been a tennis ball, something. And not my mom, probably my grandma, because she was one of my main upbringers as a kid as far as getting me involved in certain activities. She kind of made me do everything growing up as a kid, growing up, me and my brother. So one of them two, probably.
Word. As you get a little older, you're playing for Urban Sports. I know you was playing with Imani, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
So was there ever, outside of going to Benson, was there any considerations of going to another high school?
Nah. I knew I wanted to go to Benson from when I was in 4th grade, from a very, very early point. And it wasn't even about the basketball, so to say. I was kind of just intrigued with the shop classes. I don't know, it was typed to me that they didn't really it wasn't school based. You went to shop class. My junior and senior year, I had major. I was in and out of shop class for the latter half of the school year.
That's fine.
Or school period, you know what I'm saying? So I knew that from a very early age.
That's fire.
Jeff did it first, But then how it gets in PBS. Then they took our stuff and then sprinkled it elsewhere.
I ain't know Jeff did it.
Y'all demo swear y'all started everything in this city.
I ain't know y'all did it. I know Jeff was Jeff in tech school.
I'm just saying, they taken from the black schools, and all this other stuff.
When were they at tech school?
Huh?
When was it? No, when?
I didn't know they were.
60s and 70s?
Exactly. So I'm saying, Jefferson dancers, shout out.
I can ask my grandpa about that. He can fetch that thing.
Where'd you get your information from?
Hey, credible source.
A credible source.
I got sources too.
I feel that.
So I know you played for Troy while you were at Benson. Y'all had some pretty successful teams. I believe you finished second your senior year at State.
Yeah.
While you were in high school, though, it was a whole lot of guards coming through the city, from Paul McCoy, Mike James, Mario Gill, so forth and so forth. A little bit after you got Silas, Vic, so forth. Who would you say gave you the craziest work when you were in high school?
What's crazy? It's going to be a name that no one really thinks of, but
it's always somebody like that.
I gave him the utmost respect. And when you first said his name, it was Kenneth Thacker. Mm-hmm. And the reason it was him, it was just because he was just so strong. And I'm a strong guy, but he was football strong. You know what I'm saying? He was strong, he could move. And I just remember every time I was playing against him, and he was older than me. So especially my freshman year, my sophomore year, when I started playing a little bit more, I would go up against him and kind of be a little bit nervous. And I always remember Donnie be telling me you don't bust this nigga ass, fuck him. And I was and on the younger traveling team, watched him be with Jones and all of them. And there was one pep talk where Donnie really got into me and ended up going out doing my thing. And then from there it was kind of it was over.
Now I got another question, but I'm just gonna pivot a little bit just because your name drops him. Who is Donnie for these two?
Donnie Wilcher. I've been my trainer since. When did I start training with Donnie? Off and on, really since 4th grade. Met him through Sage. I don't know people that know Sage, but one of my boys, Sage. And then officially start training with him 8th grade onward.
Oh, fire. So as far as your development, what would you say is some of the biggest things that he added to your game, especially as you got to the later stages of your high school career?
Man, it's crazy. He didn't really... It wasn't what he added. It was move-wise. It was just that he added a routine. You know what I'm saying? He added consistency. Pick me up every day. We were on the stairs every day. We went, and this is in the summer, obviously not school year, but before school, we was picking me up. We would get up at 6. We were going into the gym, working out every day, the whole year.
That's a mama mentality.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know, for real, that's not even mama mentality. That's just basically basic work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Kobe takes it to a whole nother level. I think people be saying that mama mentality, and you know what I'm saying? Thinking it's mama mentality, and it's it's the starting point of what we call excellence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just showing up every day and finding out your routine, and that's what Donnie instilled. And it's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's tough to be disciplined and do something you don't want to do on the days you're sore, especially as a little kid. You got school, other kids aren't doing it, but having someone like him push you to do that was pivotal for me.
Now, last high school question I probably got for you, but another little birdie, we had a conversation, and it's kind of ironic that this also happened this summer that LeBron left to go to Miami. I heard there was a conversation between you and two other guys that ended up transferring to Jeff your senior year. Was that actually a possibility?
Yeah, no, it was facts. I was gone.
Oh, damn.
I was gone. That's funny. So what had happened? Oh, so Donnie was coaching at Benson my junior year. And he was telling me just on the side, I'm going over, I'm transferring over to Jeff. And at that point, I was like, you out, I'm out. Troy's my guy now. But in high school, me and Troy ain't get along. As a coach-player relationship, me and Troy ain't get along. But now looking back, everything he was saying was right. Just as a man advice, you know what I'm saying? He's more of that type of coach. So you don't get it then, but you understand when you're grown. So when Donnie said he's leaving, I'm like, bro, I'm out with you. So I don't even tell my parents, bro. Like, I kind of like hinted at my mom, but like I tell my boy to take me up to Portland Public Schools, and like we go up there and register together, and like take me out of Benson.
That's crazy.
Like, and I go and register to Jeff. I'm out of the school, so come like school time to like come up. Fast forward, I don't get into Jeff. It's crazy. I live 7 blocks away from Jeff. I don't get into Jeff. It's not that I don't get in. I find out Troy blocks me from getting in.
Say, how to do something like that.
I find out Troy blocks me from getting in, and this is like years later.
And this is after Marshall's AD as well. Yeah.
So like Troy finds out like we have a mutual boy who took me up there. Troy's mad at him. He blocks it or whatever. So I had to go back up to Benson, like enroll back into Benson, walk up there with my head down. Like I'm thinking I'm out. Everyone already knows I'm leaving. Like, yeah, man, fun times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, y'all would have had a talented team, but I think for the better, just like the makeup of Benson's team y'all seen in a year, I feel like everybody's roles kind of mesh together a little better. Now, you, AP, Imani.
Yeah, it would have been over. It would have been over. It would have been over. Yeah,
and
at that point.
Damn, and Drew.
Andrew Roundtree, AP, Imani. Tay was there,
sophomore.
Blaze.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
It would have been over.
Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of people would have probably transferred as well.
Facts. So then you get into college. What was the recruiting process like for you?
Man, it was weak. For real. Like, I had started out like my junior year, started really getting like somewhat recruited, like University of Portland. They were like the main ones on me for real. And that was kind of slow motion. Like I took a unofficial visit because they right down the street. Took unofficial there. That's when they like had offered me just on the unofficial. And it was a cool time. So at first, like my mom, you know, she's like, man, this the best you gonna get, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can take it. Like, and I'm like, man, this is right down the street. Like, I ain't really trying to do this. Like, yeah, but at the same time, like, I'm trying to be grateful at the same time. Like, I'm not trying to like not count my blessings, you know what I'm saying? Or be grateful for my blessings. Cause like, this is still a blessing, like to get a scholarship. So like, I was about to take it for real. But then something in me was just like, nah, you need to kind of hold it out, wait a little bit. Cause it was still kind of early. So we go into the AAU season and it's the first year of the EYBL. We're on the first team. We're on the, our ICP team. That's when we're bringing it back. It's like, I'm gonna forget all the players, man. I done played so many basketball. We forgetting all the teams. But it was like me, Austin Kemper, Jack Rodolph, David Carr, Miles Gatewood.
Damn, that's a name too.
Right. I want to say Brennan was on that team. Brennan Scarlett, Jordan Akwanuke, couple other guys. But we end up doing a couple tournaments and we're kind of like subpar. I'm teetering the fence. I have another talk with Donnie, take off from there. Recruiting kind of shoots off a little bit. At that point, I'm still kind of small. I don't know if you remember, like 6'1", 6'2", but like 170. Like, you know,
like you always had a decent frame, but like
like
you got a man body.
So it was kind of rough until that EYBO patch. We played this team, St. Louis Eagles. Troy Nakwanuke had got like hurt the game before. That was with Ben McLemore, Bradley Bill, Theodore Roosevelt. And this was when Bradley Bill was like taking off. No one had heard about him. It was all Austin Rivers. And then Bradley Bill ends up getting to like number 2 right behind Austin Rivers. And I ended up having like 40 or something. We beat them. They was undefeated.
Oh,
and then from there, I get like a little interview or whatever. And kind of like takes off a little bit more. We play Mike Kabongo. He's the number 1 guard. I ended up having like 35 or something. Beat them. And then a little bit more pub, you know what I'm saying? And then the ball starts rolling a little bit. Go to UW's elite camp. End up getting invited to that. And there is a player, I forget his name, went to Union. I don't know if you know his name. It's like kind of our era. I forget his name, but he was getting highly recruited
I can't think
up there
around that time.
He was getting highly recruited up there. He was good, but we ended up going out to camp out there, and they was kind of comparing us, and I ended up playing well or whatever. Ended up getting an offer from there, but the catch was I was gonna have to redshirt or not redshirt. I was gonna have to go to prep school because Isaiah Thomas, he didn't really know if he was gonna go to the draft or stay.
Yeah.
If he stayed, they didn't have enough scholarships to give. There's already other scholarships. He ended up going to the draft, and the rest was history.
You know, already just from like jump, the thing I just want to each in just like really quickly is just the gratefulness of just like the opportunities. And you don't hear that a lot from like high talented athletes that have the ability. And I'm just curious, like, when did that just, how was that instilled in you? Or was that just natural? That mentality of being grateful?
Man, I think that comes from failing. Like whenever greatness or chasing whatever your journey is or your path is, like more times than not, you probably gonna fail or not get what you want, you know what I'm saying, and land somewhere close, you know what I'm saying? So over that time, I think just, I don't know, looking back, realizing like every opportunity you get is a good opportunity. You should be grateful for that opportunity because it's an opportunity someone might not get, you know what I'm saying? And in the world of sports, like when you start doing it for money, like it's world of difference. Like you'll be on teams, dudes get cut. Like them dudes got families to feed. You know what I'm saying? They got kids. You know what I'm saying? It gets really real. Like you be grateful to have a job. You know what I'm saying? Some guys who like are waiting for jobs or don't have a job for 6, 7, 9, 10 months. You know what I'm saying? And they're just at the house. Like so over that time, probably me becoming a pro. Like just understand like to be grateful for every opportunity.
Now, speaking of opportunity, you didn't play much your freshman year at UW, but then your final year, I believe you averaged like 21 a game, really up there for college. What do you think? Was it seizing the opportunity as guys left, you got more minutes, or is there anything you changed within your game to kind of level up and kind of lead the team in scoring?
Man, I think it was just about roles, honestly. Like, again, like in sports, the higher you go, like the more you kind of like got to fill out your role. What's your position going to be? And in college, like you're already stepping into a hierarchy. Yeah. So like my first year, I remember talking to Troy, and he was like, man, if you don't play 20 minutes a game, like you need a red shirt. And at the time, I was thinking like 20 minutes, like bro, like that's cool. Like 20 minutes is good. And he was like, no, trust me, like 20 minutes isn't nothing. He was like, because in those 20 minutes, like you're averaging 20, that's spot minutes. So like some games you're going to be at 5, some games you might hit 25 if something bad happens. Most of the time you're going to be around 15 to 20 minutes, 15 to 19 minutes. He was like, and those are being split up in between timeouts. He was like, so by the time you get in the rhythm, you're coming out every time. Yeah. And so I took that advice. I redshirted my first year and then ended up that next year playing 20 minutes or like 22 minutes. And then I was like, yeah, if it would have been anything lower, like 'cause even that 22 was like, man, I'm not playing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's tough. But so yeah, like understanding roles, and then like the longer I was there, understanding the system. And then obviously like my sophomore and junior year, I played well. And then at that point, Roma really ain't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of let me go.
There you go.
Not for real. Like,
was it hard at all, especially like the senior year, navigating, being the man of the team, but then also knowing, like, okay, I got these two young dudes who have NBA aspirations and letting them still develop and step into their space, that being DeJounte Murray and Marquise Chris?
Nah, not at all. Like, it was weird because Baby Boy was grown before, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was grown before he even got to UW. So, like, with Baby Boy, it wasn't even like he's like a little brother. It was just like
is that Marquise Chris? Is he Baby Boy?
Nah, that's
not DeJounte.
DeJounte Murray, got it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so it was just like that's bro, you know what I'm saying? And that was like David Chris as well. He was another one who was kind of just older, but he still like played around a little bit more. But like DeJounte was like definitely older, you know what I'm saying? Just mentality wise, he was easier. With Marquise, he was definitely like adjusting to being on his own, you know what I'm saying, the college life. So for him, it was just like, it was still easy because like he was just wide-eyed trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? It's a new environment, trying to figure things out. So it was kind of easier to help him than it was Jonte. Jonte don't need no help. You just
roll the
you
ball
let
out.
me know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you let me know what you need.
Yeah.
And like with Keish, you kind of see something like, hey, bro, you need, let me help you out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like with them two, well, actually with all of them, bro, it was a piece of cake, bro.
That's fire. Now, you know, you graduate, do your thing, and I forgot, did you win Pac-12 Player of the Year your senior, or
Nah,
you're just first to runner up? Okay.
Yep.
Who did win that year?
Jacob Porto.
Oh, Jacob Porto. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
At Utah, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, graduate, submit your name into the draft, then get drafted.
Mm-hmm.
What's that summer like for you?
Man, I'm trying to think back. So I'll start like the last game, kind of that process.
Mm-hmm.
So I think last game we was playing San Diego State, and I kind of at this point, like, my head's already focused on going with the draft throughout like the last, I don't know, few games, Pac-12 tournament.
Mm-hmm.
We meet with agents, so I kind of already like locked in my agent at this point. So I'm getting ready for training camp, or not training camp, but like the pre-draft process. You know what I'm saying? So into the San Diego State game goes, I fly to LA, and I'm staying downtown LA for like 2 months, working out at this facility called Exos. It's like a football facility, but a lot of like basketball players and stuff go to train for pro day or whatever. There for 2 months, and then I'm like in between that, flying back and forth from LA to Vegas to go to a place called Impact. I think you probably know what Impact is.
Yeah.
And doing some training there. And then so basically, bro, my whole schedule is based around training. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, for real.
Suitcase.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. And then who were some guys you were working out with at that time, like through your pre-draft process?
Who was Jared Cunningham, Gabe York, Tyrone Wallace, Anthony. Was AB there? No. Who was another guy? Man, bro, there's honestly too many. So now I'm thinking about, I went to Chicago as well and worked out with Ryan Boatwright.
Bro, he was cold. I ain't gonna lie.
And some of the actual draft combine stuff, it was Alex Caruso, TJ McConnell.
Damn, Caruso been in the league that long?
Yeah,
Caruso
he's 30 now.
class.
30,
He was at
31.
Texas A&M. Caruso been up there. Caruso been grinding.
Did
You know
his-
what I'm saying? Like, every pre-draft workout I was in, Caruso was in. Like, we were in the same, you know what I'm saying, same ball games. So, like, when I see Caruso doing this thing, I'm like, bro, that's dope. Had a couple with Wayne Sheldon. And the list goes on. Like, you do this, you practically run into everybody, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like you was like probably like the last year or two of peak college basketball. Not to say it's watered down now, but my attention span with the tournament.
You got a cap?
No,
Dudes
speaking
Dudes still putting in work, you know, like, grinding in. It's still some quality teams, but it's just, I feel like the gap between blue blood programs and mid majors is the smallest it's ever been.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To be honest with you, with college basketball, it's really hard for me to watch. It's hard for me to watch just basketball in general because most of my time I'll be over there. So I'm not staying up till
2 a.m., 3 a.m.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that to
No,
watch. Like,
not worth it.
I don't even watch you dub for real. You know what I'm saying?
Watch guys
I'm
miss
not
layups.
doing that. Yeah, nah, I got better stuff to do. But if it is a drop off, it's probably just because like the way the game being played now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's always what that argument about basketball be. What style of basketball you like more?
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, so go through the draft process.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get drafted. I believe you had a workout with the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Had about 8 or 9.
8 or 9, yeah.
Mhm.
When did maybe your agent introduce it to you? But when did the possibility of going overseas and playing kind of hit your radar? And what were your initial thoughts about that?
So it happened after I did training camp with the Hornets.
Okay.
There was like a crossing point where they wanted me to come in and stay in the G League team, and they were like, if you stay, we'll come in, we'll call you up, blah, blah. Someone gets hurt.
And that was before the 2-way contract, I believe.
This
right?
is before the 2-way contract. This was they did the 2-way literally the next year.
Got it.
So at this point, like, I'm broke. I'm like, man, I don't even know. Like I'm talking to my agent.
Before
like,
NIL, traveling for workouts, all that. Yeah.
All of that.
100%.
So I'm like, man, I gotta get some money. So my agent was kind of just like telling me other little countries and all of this. He told me some BS my first country. It was like, I'm not gonna like say it's BS, people be playing it, but it's like, it was Lebanon, and I was like, man, I ain't really heard nobody going to Lebanon for real. So like I called Troy and like tried to do some research and try and get some more information. Turns out Lebanon wasn't the move. I was like, my instinct was right. So ended up having to like fire that agent, do some other like homework, ended up getting with a good agent, ended up, or not a good agent, get up with someone who was better for me.
Got it.
And ended up going out to Turkey.
Got it.
Got some good money, and it was cool.
Now, at that time, were you tapping in with guys like, Mike James, Dom Waters, just to suck up some game as far as like what that process is like?
To be honest, nah. Like I really started like reaching out and hitting Dom for real. I might have hit Dom a few times early on during that process, but for the most part, like early on, I was real to myself. But now, like you mentioned, dudes like Dom. Like I talked to Dom about any and every contract, any move I'm gonna make. Like he's really big, bro, and that like instinct. And Mike's just my bro. Like I need to talk to him about like hoop. We'll talk about hoop, but we talk about way more than just
life.
What I'm saying, than just the basketball part of it. But so we really be tired of it. You know what I'm saying?
For real, especially when you're in it 24/7. Like, I feel you.
I think just another like small, really quick question too as well, where I think that's like the barrier of entry from people who are studying and watching the game who are not actually in it, because you always hear and people talk about like contracts this, contract that. Like, how do you know or pick or have that comfortability like this person has my best interest at heart? Because that's like a staunch difference of what you had to figure out. So I'm just curious, like, what did you do to figure out like this switch was the best switch for me?
In what regard are you saying that?
Oh, having someone going over your contracts with you.
I mean, for me, it just came down to like, one, their experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like anything. Like, if you want to be successful in something, like they say, you need to find a mentor. And a mentor is not necessarily like someone like you just meet off rip and you just start trusting. You know what I'm saying? It's someone who has experience in the field that you're in. You know what I'm saying? And you need some type of guidance. So they might not be right all the time. You're not really looking for the right answer, but you're looking for knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Someone to kind of like pick information off of so you can make your own decision. And that's kind of like how I became down to Dom being that mentor, even though like he's my friend first. Yeah. But like did the game for 12 years, I think his career was, maybe 13. You know what I'm saying? Kind of seen it all, being at the highest level. Then I think probably one of the lowest levels, maybe. Like, so I've seen it all.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I'm curious, when you're playing a couple seasons now in Europe, when do you it kind of hits you that, you know what, like I could really carve a career out for myself over here? When did that like kind of hit that little light bulb moment for you?
For me, off the rip, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't gonna do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like during that moment, like, I think like, I mean, we was talking a little bit before we started recording, like, been working out, doing it like every day for like a very long time. You know what I'm saying? So, and I remember just even as like a little kid, if like my mom was sitting here, like my brother, like they'll tell you, like I've been saying, like, man, I don't want to do like a 9 to 5. Like I don't, and this is like before I even really knew what that was. But like I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I just knew, like, 'cause you know, like your parents be like, man, I don't want to do this.
You gotta have plan B.
Yeah, or like you get older and they be like saying like, I want you, like, you better enjoy being a kid because when you get older, there's 9 to 5s. Like I don't want to do a 9 to 5. Like, and I used to be saying that. So now like been in it for a while, and I want to like kind of, you know, stretch it out. And that was kind of my thought process, especially early on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because real life still hits right when you out of college. Right when I got my degree, I was like, all right, what next? If you're not playing basketball, you got to figure it out and figure it out quick.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Bills still do.
Fast.
We don't want a 9 to 5 here as well.
Yeah, nah, for real.
I'm trying to get out of life too, but what would you say were the biggest, I don't want to say challenges, but adjustments you had to make as far as, you know, you growing up in the States, Portland has a very specific culture in and of itself, and then now you're bouncing country to country.
Man, probably relying on help. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then having to, like, now to your point, you was talking about like trust their help. And for me, like, it was always really tough to like trust someone who speaks another language than you, but also speaks your language. So you're the odd one out. And a lot of the times, like, just you can feel like they're code switching. You know what I'm saying? You're in the room, English. Someone else comes in the room. They both speak English. They'll have a conversation in English. Oh, switch. Start talking in their language. You know what I'm saying? And it can be awkward at times, especially when you first get there. And then over time, you kind of just learn to accept that, like, you're in their environment, bro. Like, you need to catch up to speed or, like, go about your business. You know what I'm saying?
Have you started learning any of the language, any type of words?
I mean, I was in Turkey for a long time, so I picked up on very little. You know what I'm saying? Just over the time I was there.
That's a tough language.
Yeah,
too.
that's super tough.
Language.
Turkish is
separate
tough.
alphabet, everything. That's rough.
Turkish
If we didn't
is
mention
tough.
Kaz has European ties.
Yeah, I'm Romanian. Yeah. So yeah, no, Turkish is fucked. Now I'm curious. Speaking about EuroLeague, that atmosphere of EuroLeague, of Euro Cups, of the arenas, for the American audience, what don't they understand about like atmospheres in those arenas? How crazy they go. I know Luka, before these finals, they interviewed him talking about crazy, the Boston atmosphere, and he's like, well, the craziest game I played with was actually at Panathinaikos in the final, which is, I believe, a club you played for, and how he was talking about how crazy that entire stadium and fan is. So kind of for people listening, like what is, when you walk in that arena, it's just maddening, like fireworks going off, people dancing and everything. Like what is that like?
It's gonna be like Cameron Indoor Stadium versus North Carolina, packed. You know what I'm saying, on the good games. But with that, there's flares going off. There's, like, you walk into the arena, it's full of smoke, whether it's cigarettes or the flares. Like, you don't know which one it is.
Thing I've heard.
And then that Panda, like, they be lighting bombs.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's bombs. They lit a bomb. Like, I almost got out of one of the games because I was like, bro, there is no way. I'm thinking something else is going on. Like, they lit a bomb. Like, and I kid you not, like an M80 or something in there. It was crazy. But the crowds, they fight. They about everything.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I can't remember what you had going on at the time, but, and there's no offense to like European fans or anything like that, but they are so passionate. I swear to God, I've seen some American players where they go through a rough stretch, and I'll do like, you can go on Instagram and be like, see translation of language, like, you American fucker, you've never done shit for my country, die today, die. Like, bro, it's a basketball game, but
y'all be seeing it on that, like, bro, that they be betters. They be people gambling on the game out there. You know what I'm saying? That be that. You know, that be the stage in the States. You know what I'm saying? We go on Twitter right now. There's going to be someone talking about one of these players. Like, nah, it'd be the same thing over there. But they kind of ruthless. Like, they'll talk about everybody. They'll talk about your mother, your kids. Like, they'll get racist. Like, they'll say whatever.
Yeah.
In the comments.
Jump into the stands one time?
Nah, I done DM some people for sure. I DM some people for sure.
They ever approach you while you out, like out in the city? Okay.
Nah, they would never do that. They, like, even when I like DM some of them, like, they'll just be like, man, can I please just get the money I lost? Like, for real. Like, it'd be funny, like, cause that's how I know they be gambling. Like, it'd be funny. Like same thing over here though.
Yeah, I think the worst heckle I heard, it wasn't in European, but like it was DeMar DeRozan. DeMar missed, and like, damn, DeMar's depressed again. I was like, fuck.
That's crazy.
I was like, that's nasty work.
That's insane.
I was like, there's depressed DeMar again. And I said, fuck. Damn, people can have mental health. I said, Jesus.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
was
That's
like-
not even funny, but that's hilarious at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
But that's how people are. Like when you,
Yeah.
I will just say this, and I'll keep it because I know Kaz has a question. When we, I say gamble now, like it's like the parlays, like people really take this serious. Like I'll be
Nah,
mad,
facts.
but I'm not gonna be like, all right, Andrew, you bitch ass mother. I'll be like, I got better time than that. And it just people are really absorbing that, and it's just so interesting how gambling has advanced. But that's just Bob's side note. That's all. But no, that was horrible.
Some of it be over $5 too, like a $5 parlay.
That's 'cause they had 10 leg
But yeah,
parlays.
they had a 10. Like
So
they
hit
had
for five
they
bands.
had an impossible hit, and you was the one who messed it up on the impossible. And now they just go here, Ellen, you have it for $5, but you would have probably hit like 900 or something, maybe 2 bands or something.
type shit.
Being greedy.
I think they're really passionate about their clubs over there. Like I keep up with European soccer as well. So like there's an example of a player played for Barcelona, switched over to Real Madrid. You don't do that as a player. First game he plays in Barcelona, they throw like a pig's head on the field.
Jesus.
So just stuff like that, like just like almost like religious moments. So I think
nah, for real.
European crowds get a little crazy like that. I keep telling these guys it's what the NBA needs, just a little more. I go to an NBA game and it's a little boring. It's crickets.
It is lucky. I
Playoffs are the only time you somewhat get a volume increase.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, and I've told you this before. I much would rather prefer going to, even though I like basketball more, I'd much rather go to a Timbers game than a Blazers game. Just the fans are more involved in the game as opposed to me pulling up with my shorty and she just here for
They're
Instagram.
different. Like the NBA is a show. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like Europe is like they're playing like this is the sport.
It's life and death.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You guys
and
actually
not
practice.
even like not for real. You know what I'm saying?
No,
for real,
100%, yeah.
Like it's more of like you're still kids playing. Like we practice like we're in high school over there. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
For real. Like
two
we
per
practice
hour.
You have what,
in
like
high school.
a game a week, 2 games a week, maybe.
2 to 3 games,
3.
but like I'm talking like man, we're doing like 3-man week. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we die on that type of time. So
Shit.
but it's like it's for like high school, like a little more college, but in NBA it's just like it's a business, it's a show, it's about making mega bucks, it's about putting the stars where they need to be. How can we get the show on the road? How can we
Just the
keep
best
the money
product.
flowing? You know what I'm saying? Constantly expanding.
For sure. But you're also a contract worker that's gone 8 months out the year.
I mean, it's tough, man. Like building a relationship through the phone. Obviously trying to have her out there as much as I can, as much as her mother is available to bring her as well. Like she helps me out tremendously with just bringing her over there. You know what I'm saying? But for real, just trying to set my mindset on like at this point, like I'm trying to stack as much as I can and get to a point where I'm good enough to take care of her, myself, maybe a few others for a little bit of time, you know what I'm saying, and make it worth it, you know what I'm saying. Short amount of time, that's a lot of experiences, but I think it'll be worth it in the end.
Now, this guy over here is pretty happy. He'll have some news to deliver to us pretty soon. But in the NBA, I don't think it's a resurgence, but you know how the journalists be talking about when it comes to like Kyrie. And they talked about from his move from Brooklyn to Dallas. And between that time, he, became a father, developed more of his family. And a lot of people akin to his leadership and maturity to him being a father. I'm just curious because you and Kyrie are one and the same where you have children. Do you feel like when fatherhood was bestowed upon you, it was just like that Mario mushroom? You're like, doop, doop, doop. My game just went to another level.
I think your patience, like you kind of like you're slow down if you're a little bit more high wired, like I am myself. Like you tend to slow down a little bit more, And I don't know, maybe like I don't know if Kyrie has a boy or a girl. I think he has a girl, and I think
I think it's both.
Both.
he might have
girl
both.
and boy.
Okay,
Yeah.
and maybe it'll be different if I had a boy, but especially with a girl, like my patience had to go way down. Like being able to just kind of like stop, explain, not be so quick to snap. You know what I'm saying? Like really slow that urge down, and maybe that helped me on basketball, maybe on some level. I'm not sure, and possibly for Kyrie, but. I don't know, the NBA tricky for me. Like, you got to be very careful with how, like, you view a player based on what you hear from the media in the NBA. Because it's all, like, media-driven to, like, put certain points of views out there, you know what I'm saying? To create drama, to sell, create narratives, you know what I'm saying? So.
Facts. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. Like, I remember... And you probably remember, bro, Emmanuel Moutier.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the league, and he was on Theo Pinson's podcast earlier this year. I remember they asked him a question, because I think he was in Utah at the time. And he was talking to Quinn Snyder, and I think he went through like a 3-week stretch where he was averaging, I want to say like 9 points in about 15 minutes worth of play, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good for the league. They sat him down and was like, listen, from here on out, you're not going to play. It doesn't matter how well you perform in practice, how well... you perform the game in the minutes I give you. We just have a word from up to eye that XYZ needs to play, and as a pro, you just got to accept that and just be ready when your number's called. So, but to Rob's point earlier, we are up 3-0. I just got the notification on my phone that we won. So this series is... Yeah, I'm a Celtics fan. Stop playing with me.
Are you even going to go to Boston if they win? Because, Dallas might break
honestly, bro,
history.
I might hit Doyle, see if he's trying to slide, because this shit ain't happened since I was 12 years old. So, and my team don't just buy rings. We actually develop talent.
Oh, my gosh.
And my superstar don't just jump team to team.
I'm a Kevin Durant fan.
Me too.
See?
He's cold.
I mean, he called you real nigga. Like,
All
I'm cool nigga. But
we going to go back to OKC, help him out, and then, we going to retire for that after that.
Okay, he's not doing that. He told someone to shut up. That suggested that to him.
I'm on 9 to 5. Did you see the tweet he said?
He used to get back to work.
You're ready to go to work.
This guy's shooting free throws in the club.
I'm curious, what is, because you kind of alluded to this just a little bit too, because, we're free going at the moment, where when you look at the NBA Finals now, like between Dallas and Boston, what does like the layman, non-basketball fan not see? Like, how are you watching the game?
It's about matchups. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this is Denver, it's a completely different series.
100%.
Thank you.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's just all about matchups. And Denver ran into a tough matchup with Minnesota, who then ran into a tough matchup against Dallas. So this series is like, those who knew thought Dallas was gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a tough. Boston is tough. Like, their stars are 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", and then Porzingis was back, and he's 7 foot. There's a lot of talent, a lot of bodies, and then they have two guys like Drew and Derek White who are gonna guard the other two guys, while there's two superstars can rest. Like, it's just all the cards point towards Boston if you like are not just looking at it from a.
I feel like if I would have said something similar to that, Rob, you don't know basketball.
Yeah.
Cat and Rudy would have been a different matchup. That's all.
Yeah.
Boston has more tools, but the size would. But that's the whole different.
Yeah, we don't have too much front court depth right now
Exactly.
in terms of rim protection.
Tillman.
Yeah. But Etch is cold though. He was giving Memphis good minutes. He just ain't been able to crack the rotation with us too much, but he gave us really good minutes tonight. So shout out to him for that. On that note though, when you watch, I know you said the NBA's, you gotta take a grain of salt right now in terms of, guy situations and shit like that. But who are some guys in the league who game you appreciate, or, might say, oh, okay, I see part of myself in dude?
Man, it's great. I wouldn't say really part of myself, because now I'm looking at it just from like seeing all the young guys coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like SGA, he cold. Ant cold. Luka, amazing. Like, we seeing dudes like them. Trey Young, he's cold. DeJounte. I love Darren Fox, Ja, obviously. Yeah, I just kind of like the new wave of guards, seeing how what they doing, seeing how explosive they are. The new little pass the torch era. We got a young upcoming superstar with Ant.
Yep.
It's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah. Lee try to give him that silver platter in terms of
They trying to give it to him?
a little,
Nah,
little
he
bit.
taking it.
No,
He
it's a little.
tripping.
It's a little bit, bro.
He's taking it.
It's a
You
little-
see how
He's
quick the
taking it.
narrative changed on him though.
Yeah,
When
and that's my point. That's
They
my
changed quick.
That's my fucking point.
He was getting, everyone was MJ baby
On
MJ
on
this
their
stuff.
knees.
And then the second it was like they lost. It was like, man, this guy sucks.
Nah, you gotta look deeper. That's like the mainstream media, but there's like the underground media who's saying like, nah, he's still him. If you know Jordan's story, this is Jordan's story. Like Jordan wasn't coming out winning
100%.
everything. He was playing against good teams and losing. And just ended up beating one, surprised everybody, and we'll see. But he's every bit of what people are saying. He cold.
Bro, and that's not to say he ain't like that, but ESPN, the Fox Sports of the world, they for sure were very much in favor of him winning that series just because it gives them talking points to talk about Monday through Friday. Even now, I know our team isn't the most, I guess you say, interesting squad. If it's not some shit of like who's better between Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown,
Yeah, no
they don't know.
drama.
They don't know what the fuck to talk about. That's why they're talking about LeBron James being a good father and
I saw that.
whole bunch of
I
philanthropy shit,
saw
a
that,
whole bunch
yeah.
of dumbass philanthropy shit.
Or
oh,
like,
the finals. is on.
LeBron James unfollows Kendrick Perkins.
But it's real easy to talk about like I almost said Jordan, but like and Edwards being like baby Jordan, Luka being baby Bird, even though I don't think he really plays like him at all. But you know, you can juxtapose like the race angle with that shit as well.
J.M. Clark.
they love putting the like next Jordan tag on any player.
Honestly,
And there's a couple of bad examples.
bro, that
out
should have
there,
been a
too.
curse for a lot of dudes.
Oh yeah. Like,
Hero minor.
Yeah,
That's why,
nah,
like,
for real.
Ant
That's
was like,
tough.
I'm not that. I can shoot. Like,
he was smart not to take it.
exactly.
He was smart to like.
And he honestly played like D Wade to me more, like young D Wade to me more than he does Jordan, honestly.
A modern version of Wade, yeah. You could say
That's
that.
the
No,
first
it's
time
just
I've
his
ever heard that.
movements. He moved like Jordan.
But his movements
bro.
in the air and his like dexterity, I can see that shit. But the way he slashes, playing off of 2 feet. How you like Jalen Brunson's game?
He cold. He's cold.
There's not a lot of small guys like him that have such a strong base. Like in terms of like 6'2" and under guards, I don't think there's anyone that has a better back down, back to the rim type of game. I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm like,
There is one
I've
person that's
watched
better
him all
for
season,
sure.
so I don't know. I love his game. You don't see a lot of guys who are. Let's be real. He's 5'10", but getting to the rim the way he does,
So
insane.
Nah, he's cold.
Yeah. I mean, I've been watching you since I first met your ass. I was probably, you probably ain't gonna remember it. So I was maybe like 10, 11 years old. We was at the sports lab together.
Sports lab. I don't even know what sports lab is.
Yeah, David took you there.
What is sports lab?
It was over on Interstate. You was up in there. John, it was me, you, Jones. I want to say Jay Black, CJ Wilson, and a few other niggas. We was training with Fufu that day. But anyways,
Across from Interstate?
Yeah.
The thing? Oh, was it the little workout? Little?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
anyways, but you know, I've been watching you most of our lives and shit. But for people who ain't never seen you play, how would you describe your game?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how I play. For real. Like, I don't know. Growing up, I don't know. People just tell me I was nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I was doing. Like, I know people tell me I got a nice spin. I can shoot the ball. I drive. I shoot. I pass, I score. I don't really know how to describe my game. Some people would tell me I play like Dame. Now that like I was a little bit older.
I can see that.
But like I don't know how I would describe it.
How would you describe it since you grew up watching him?
Right.
It depends on what age you're asking me.
Oh, okay.
No, for real. Like, This age, I would say, like, him as a pro, I'll say close to Dame. Early in college, you may not remember his name. Remember Shelvin Mack? They used to play at Butler.
Mm-hmm.
I used to think y'all games were like a little similar. High school, I ain't gonna lie, your ass used to get up a little bit. Not to say you don't, but yeah. That's tricky, bro. But like his mid-range game was pretty nice. Super athletic for his height. Didn't really see him use 3-point shot as much when he was younger, but that developed a lot as he got older. But yeah, he's always been a pretty good scorer though for all of our lives. But Birdie told me something else though.
Oh.
So what's the I know you were wearing 12 for a while. What's the meaning behind that?
So Kobe was like my favorite player. And I always wanted to like be Kobe. So I started out like, I want to say it was like my last year. I ended up switching to 4. Because this was in high school, obviously, because Kobe was 8, so I was like, gonna be half. And then when I got to college, same type of deal. Someone already had 4, so I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna switch things up, and I went with 12. So I'd be half of Kobe, but I also did it fast, like back in back in middle school, playing football with Urban Sports with the Warriors, and wore 12 there too for that reason. But yeah, that's the backstory behind it.
Got one?
Yeah, I got one. Culturally speaking, you've played Israel, Turkey, Greece, Spain. Where do you like the most? Where you feel like, man, this is a pretty nice spot right here? Where do you feel a little more like, yeah, I could get used to this?
It's gonna be crazy because everyone's gonna assume like it'll be in like either Athens or Barcelona, but I usually tell people it's like Istanbul.
Istanbul, yeah.
Oh, really?
Like, Istanbul, like, bro, amazing. Food's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Their culture, like, it kind of just suits me. Everything's super lax. They don't really got no rules. Like, you smash on the freeway, like, you ain't getting pulled over.
fuck?
Like, you kind of do what you want. Like, nah, for real. Like, that's like, that country is like, man, pay as you go. Like,
Exactly.
like you negotiate everything over there.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, for real.
At the mall?
Like, whatever you want, like, everything's negotiable. So,
Go to the bazaar.
like, yeah, that's fire. That's fire.
So we need to take a trip.
I'm telling you.
All right.
Get her hair done. Enjoy it.
The
do all
history too, bro. The history, all the buildings, the monuments. But if you're talking like just daily lifestyle too and all of that, like, it gets tough between Barcelona and Athens. Like, those two spots are different, but very much the same as far as quality of life. Like, you can do anything. Weather's nice. Barcelona, it was like this. Weather was how it is today, every day.
Yep.
So
Just sunny.
yeah.
I have 2 questions. One is a bit more serious because I don't know if you're gonna do this or that. But all right, yeah, let me do this, then this, that, and then I do the last one. So in 2018, he dealt with a major surgery and a back surgery, and one of the things that you were really detailing, talking about, is dealing with like mental health. And I really feel that as a sports build society, we don't understand the mental duress that is on our athletes. And I'm just curious, what are the aspects of mental health that's challenging from an athletic perspective that people really don't understand?
I'll say this, because one, like, it's not for no one to really feel sorry for us, because it's all for our right. Like, we chose to be athletes. Like, that was the identity that we created for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But the problem with that identity of an athlete is that no one's an athlete forever. You know what I'm saying? So, like, whether it's injury or whether it's coming to the end of that tenure or whatever you being an athlete, it's coming to an end, then it's boom, what's your identity after that? Usually, if you're not growing up into the sports, like, background, like, your identity is who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get identified as being your name, blah, blah, blah. Like, most athletes get identified as like, oh, he's such and such the athlete. When you're no longer that, or that's taken from you, you don't feel like you're anything because now that's all you've been labeled as. And that's a lot like what, or a lot of problems athletes deal with, you know what I'm saying? But that's the identity they created for themselves. And if you can't create another identity outside of that, you probably will struggle with some mental health for sure.
Now, you're talking about identity, and I'm curious what your plans are like. Because my buddy, you know, was talking again. He said you recently got your master's.
Yeah, nah, for real. I got my master's.
Congrats on that too.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Honestly, bro, I just be doing shit for real. Like, nah, for real. Like, I had the opportunity. I had got an email about joining the sports and law and business masters through Barcelona. It was discounted. I be spending 10 months out there. Like, I work 4 hours out the day, spend most of my day not doing nothing, bro. Like, I had time. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Just to give me more options. Like, you ask me what I want to do, I will give you 20 different things. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm still playing for a while. And right now I'm just letting like my brain go with ideas and trying to follow them little by little and see what I want to fall on as it comes. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy. Yeah.
See, it wasn't me this time.
You gotta add that because I don't know what y'all be doing. Y'all could be in the background when I leave. Put like, yo, you hear that? Like, no, Diddy. Yeah, that was wild too.
So I know you're 31 now. Y'all niggas old. But how long do you plan on playing? Not to age yourself, but you know.
Nah, like 4 or 5 more years, I always say that. And that's just because like my daughter will be getting older. She'll be starting school, be maybe in first or second grade around that time, and then I'm back. I'm here. Even if I could play more, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be here chilling.
Now, who keeps you grounded while you out there? And like, who do you stay outside of obviously Lil Drew, but who do you stay connected with when you back in the town?
Man, so a guy named Doyle. Doyle's like my big bro. See my right hand bro, Jordan. Mike. I really talk like that's where like me and Mike's relationship really be kicking in because we be on the same type of time out there. My homeboy Tay. He ain't from the town, but we kind of grew up playing basketball together, ended up doing the whole overseas thing together. And other than that, that's really it from the town for real. Doyle, my bro Jordan, Mike, I already said Dom. You talked about Dom. My other boy Vaughn. Got a couple homegirls like Kiva or Marche, Imani. But it'd be hard to really just lock in and be communicating with everybody, bro, because the time zone be so far away. If I go do something for an hour, 45 minutes, you hit me, you might not get a text back. For what seems like your time, like 9-10 hours, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no,
for real, like, for real. Like, you hit me at the wrong time, like, you might get a response, and then for real, like, man, where'd you go? And that will be a constant, because it'll be 2 a.m. I might go to sleep. I'm asleep 6, 7, 8 hours, and get up, go to practice. And then I know what time it is back here, because like my daughter's back here, so I already know what time it is back here. I don't really know what time it is over there. So I'm cognizant, so I'm not going to hit y'all at 2, 3 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Just because I know, I'm aware.
Kind of like pivot just a tad bit out. I'm just curious. One thing that I would say that's popping up a little bit more is just the proudness of Black fathers and just fatherhood. You speak very glowing, like even before the show, just your daughter. And I'm just curious. I think, and the part of why we've built this platform is for men to, besides the interview, I'm pretty sure you've seen a few, we just messing around, things like that, where we can shoot the shit and just talk about that. And you just have this energy of like, father, I don't play any games about that. And I'm just curious, you know, when you step into that fatherhood role, what's the ultimate thing that you really want to set the tone for your little one?
Man, I think for me, I don't know, just giving her someone she can be proud of, someone like be an example of. I think as a father, like my job is kind of just to teach her like morals and some discipline, show her kind of like, or lead her, show her the way, show her the ropes. And I think that's like one of the most important roles or more important jobs you can be given. Just to kind of provide and look after yours, and that's what I try and do.
Dope. Now I'm gonna play a game with you, close this out. But before we get into that, I gotta put somebody on the hot seat because you from the town and you also went to Benson, so I know you're familiar with this person. Would you say Adam is from Portland?
From what I know, for sure.
Oh, here we go with the bullshit.
Yeah, no, I'm talking to your ass.
What?
Adam, like,
yes,
Daniels?
yeah.
A million
Who's
percent.
Adam? I don't know.
Amina.
Oh, yeah, he's from Portland.
But you was trying to say Wynn is more from the town than she is.
Who?
I'm just saying he doesn't live here anymore.
I'm about to.
I'm not even gonna put no blazers on the spot. Never mind. I'm not even gonna do
Let's
that.
just move on.
Nah, Adam
He's
for
a
sure from the
dumbass.
town.
Yes.
Oh,
Bro, because that was just like a crazy. That
He
was such
grew
a
up
crazy.
behind Woodlawn Park.
Bro, I used to run by his house to
Yeah.
go to the park.
So our thing is, because I think he's having his concert not in like the Portland area. It's like out of the Portland area, and we were just saying like it'd be dope for him to just like shut down Woodlawn Park and like do it there. But then he was like, well, there's a residential area, blah 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 blah. If you got enough money or you put it on the waterfront, people they gonna be like, all right, $500, shut up. We got this from 3 to whatever.
Now, see, you say that, but Grant still can't even play home football games at the stadium.
Hey, that's a grand problem.
But I'm saying that's whistle, my bad, giving them financial backing.
Hey, look here. I don't know. I don't know that lifestyle.
Man, I feel you. I hear you. It would be dope if he did it at Woodlawn. Nah, that would be dope.
It would
I
be
will
dope,
say this
bro,
though,
but,
like at the same time, like, man, he doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm more on the other end of the spectrum where it's like, man, like he's putting on something somewhere close. Like, shit, if we can get there, get there. If you can't get there, shit, support in the way that you can. So eventually he might bring it to Woodlawn. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta start doing something, and shit, he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Got billboards now. Got the festival, and he's trying to make it annual. So who, like, Lord knows where it's gonna be the next few times.
Freak Thug might be here next year. You never know.
Yeah, nah, but he's doing it. Like, that shit's dope.
Now, how his lawyers is getting locked up on?
Bro, that's
That's crazy, bro. That situation.
Honestly, that whole case just feels like an episode of Boondocks.
He's getting off for sure. It's too wild.
If we didn't have him on here, I had so many clips for that I wanted you to bring up about that. It's the most bullshit.
We get into that shit next
Bully.
week.
That is, ooh.
All right, but yeah, just to close this up and wrap this up a little bit, bro. I'm gonna play a quick game with you. I still gotta figure out a way to coin this a little better, but right now I'm just going with this name, this or that. All right, so
Taste birdie.
type shit.
Yeah,
But all right, I'm gonna just spitfire questions. I'm gonna just throw out some different options to you.
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell me which one you fucking with a little bit more. 1 second. Now I know you're a gamer, so I'm just gonna start out with that. What you rocking with? Call of Duty or Madden?
So no choice. No one.
choice.
He can't pick the two.
Nah, you gotta pick
two
one.
favorites.
Okay.
You gotta pick one.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, word.
But ain't no one seeing me in Madden.
What's your team?
It don't matter.
Oh.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't seen some of his scores possibly.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you one of them. I use it. You
I'm
use
nice.
anything.
Sendo just smacked me though. I'll give Sendo some love,
Okay.
but Sendo still ain't. You know he can't mess with me. He'll see this. You know that.
I'll clip this for you. Huh?
You know that. He know
We're
what's
gonna
up.
see.
Yeah, the twins too. They be talking. You gonna see them around talking about Madden. They know what's up, especially Dre. Like, I'm gonna call him out by name. They know. Yeah, they will.
You be taking their money?
Nah, we
Okay.
we all in the Madden league,
Okay,
so we
okay,
running the
okay,
league. We
okay.
about to get
Also, you get
NCAA.
NCAA.
Yeah,
Okay.
Who you running with?
you dub.
You dub?
Yeah,
Fair.
for sure. Usually, like, people be trying to get their team. Like, at this point, like, so really what it is, we be playing when we overseas. It'd be like me, Mike, and some overseas basketball players, and it'd be helping us run the time pass.
Yeah.
So we all get in the league, then we be putting players like our boys in the league and stuff. We be trying to play.
Shit fire.
And so you build the team for real. So like eventually, like the first year, it's the regular team. You know what I'm saying? Then you go to draft. Like we import the draft. So people like start falling in love with their team, get serious. So like there'll be beefs in the chat that be spilling over like real life over Madden. Like, bro, I done got back here. We done been downtown a few times. Like, we talking about Madden in the club or in the bar, bro. I'm like, bro, what are we doing right now? We talking about Madden, but be dead serious because like people fall in love with it. It'd be fun though.
All right, got another one for you real quick. Drake or Wayne?
Wayne.
I swear, all y'all niggas in that 11 class. I mean, like Wayne up there for me, top 5, but like especially Jay Ward, like
Wayne for sure.
Yeah.
You was gonna say Drake?
Nah.
I was gonna say that's crazy.
No. Well, actually, I ain't gonna lie. If I do it project for project, Wayne did have some duds early in his career, but that's neither here nor there. Now, I know you a big fan of both these guys. Objectively speaking, though, who had the better career, Kobe or Brady?
Kobe or who?
Brady.
Damn.
Brady.
Real. All right, who the guard of the town? TB or Stud?
TB.
All right, last one. We're gonna close out with this. I hope you answer this right. Who gonna be the better athlete? Drew or Drew?
The better athlete? Man. I don't know. We gotta have a part 2 or something. I don't know, because it's too early to tell. Like, right now she athletic. Like, her little ass is athletic, bro. Like, she be doing a lot, moving around and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see if she even wants to be an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's not something I'm forcing on her. Like, she gonna play sports just because I think that's like a good like life lesson. Like, it teach you a lot of life lessons. But I'm not really focused on her as far as being an athlete for real. I just want her to be like well-rounded human. And have some type of drive to her, whether it's in sports or in whatever it is you want to chase. You know what I'm saying? She got the formula for that, and try and give it to her, and then it's on her to execute. You know what I'm saying? Real.
That was a nice Euro step. But you want to close this out, Rob?
Jesus Christ.
If you think if that's the answer right there, it's me. Like, the answer is me, because she's like,
I didn't want to say.
I could have told you. He's like, yeah, it's me.
I don't even think she's gonna be an athlete for her. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna force her to do sports, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing this. Like, I'm doing it. Like,
I'm doing this. So you don't have to do it.
Like
I'm tired. You gonna take this?
Tired. Dogs barking.
I had a daughter. Want her to play tennis. Be the next arena. Kick ass.
Mm-hmm. King Richard. I don't watched it. I don't locked in.
I'll be honest with y'all. I didn't cry, but I got choked up.
Man, what?
I was like,
I'll say that. Like, ever since my daughter, like, I'll watch a movie and I done had to hold a couple tears in, bro. Like, it'd be tough. I don't know what it is. Like, I done choked up more now since having my daughter than I have ever choked up in my life.
Now, if she does get to hooping, you're not gonna be like Lavar Ball on the sideline, are you?
And far as what? Like the
let's just say
she's the best?
She playing Juju Watkins as a freshman.
At her. What? I'm a biggest fan. Why not?
Real.
Like, it's crazy to me with that Lavar thing, like, because the other end of the spectrum is not being there at all. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Thank you.
Why is it okay for like your fans to be the ones, he's the best, blah blah blah, kill him, but then your pops can't? You gotta sit there and go at her. She's weak. You're her. At her. We here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, her. Like, I might say one of those. Like,
it's like a balance with that shit to me though, because I think it's on one hand, of course, you instilling confidence in your kid. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, like with Lonzo's situation, nigga, it was a target on his back, like off rip. Sure. And like, I mean, you really still gonna sink or swim at the end of the day.
Thank you.
But it's just like, to me, there was also a level of respect you got to have for the game. Like when he was telling niggas, LaMelo at 14 could have started on the Warriors and did just as, if not better, job than Steph. And it's probably like, all right, bro. Like,
Okay.
but now
that was Glaze. That was Glaze.
Yeah, now some shit I know like he doing this
That
shit
was
to catch a
Glaze.
headline, but
You know how hard it is to get to the NBA, and he got 2 of them there. Just think about it, like just how hard it is to
damn near
get
3.
A soft three. Soft three.
Like he soft 3,
Just like
soft 3,
damn near
soft 3, soft 3, and how hard it is to just get 1.
Yeah.
So to like he has whatever he's doing, it has worked to get to him, like to get the success he wants to get. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what we was talking about a little bit off here. Like whatever, like you got like planned or whatever, or following through on something, like whatever plan you got, if you can execute it. You know what I'm saying? So what?
Now this is Play No Games after the interview. Now this is the shit. Now I'm curious because he gives me shit just from already that you know where LaMelo's at. What does he need to do? Because they was literally just giving me shit about this. What does LaMelo need to do? Because I know what he needs to do. He needs a different organization, a new coach, and he needs some humble pie. I'm just curious. You have a different lens to me. I will concede. What does LaMelo need to do to get back on track?
Man, focus. Like, it's tough nowadays. Like, with this environment that they in, like, they getting so much money and access to anything and everything that they want. To dive in and really focus on what you need to do is really tough. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, you see a drastic difference from guys who are focused right now in the league to guys who aren't, but are talented. And it's always like that. If you would just, or maybe it's the culture, maybe if it's that. Nah, LaMelo's a culture changer. Like, that's why he's drafted that high. He's supposed to come over and do that. That's what Ant just did to Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like, you find out real difference culture changers, and not saying LaMelo still isn't that. He just has to lock in and focus. But he has a lot of access to a lot of other things to make you not focus, and it's tough.
Crop pot theory alert. We're going to bridge the gap.
Mm-hmm.
Serena and Venus had their father.
Mm-hmm.
Lavar just needs to spend a month with him.
Mm-hmm.
Get him back into the ball control. Get him in them BBs again.
It's funny, though. Like, you seen what happened once Lavar said job done? What happened to Big Baller Brand? As far as, like, bro, like, it's not really popping. You don't really hear it too much anymore.
They sell wheels now. You can buy BBB wheels. I'm not shitting
He's
you.
not lying to.
I'm not shitting you. I was on the website like a month ago because I was like, what happened to BBB? Man, let me tell you. Some weird stuff on that.
I think it's a combination of different shit, bro, between Lonzo going through his knee injury, LaMelo, even though he is still putting up good numbers, he's in a smaller market. They're not on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So it's harder to be yelling at, the Stephen A. Smiths, the Colin Cowherds of the world, propping up my kids when nobody in America is really ever going to see him.
That's impossible if you did it from high school. If you can
But
get that
you have a
attention
bigger
level in high school, you have every amount of attention you need to get it in the NBA.
But he got a
You
bigger.
have every outlet, and it's LaVar Ball. LaVar Ball can get on any talk show and do whatever he wants. But LaVar Ball took a step back. He's popped up every now and then, pop his shit. But he, for real, like, he did his job. Like, my boys made it here. Now you guys are grown. You guys are on your own. I got y'all here. Here you go.
But how
Like
you going to pop your
said.
shit about your son if he ain't playing? He ain't played in, 2.5 years?
Oh, you talking
Lonzo?
about with Lonzo for sure. Yeah, like you said, Lonzo's more injuries for sure. And Lonzo's nice. LaMelo's nice. But
Hey, we just need to hit the Wakanda one time, get some vibranium, pack them in, then we good to go.
Go over to Germany, get whatever procedure Kobe had done.
Hey, man, happen to Peyton. We good. Can't
I
be
don't know
enough.
what he need, but hopefully he gonna be good.
At least he got in his that rookie contract extension. At least I think he signed like 5 for 85. So
Yeah, he got
I
paid.
mean, as long as he manages money right, he should be straight.
He
We
got
were very
paid.
professional. We did not veer off the path because this was all bubbling up inside. That's the ridiculousness. Hold on. I'll let you. It's all you.
You got it, bro.
No, you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Well, literally, I really appreciate you coming on 1,010%. I know you're a busy guy. And let's just say, out of all the people we've ever interviewed, your demeanor and like how you view the game, I will take away from this interview of like, bro, you're the chillest humble
Appreciate
as,
it, bro.
like,
Thank
I'll
you.
bite your head off type of a player. And like, I really appreciate that. And I just want to say many blessings to you and your family in the season. And hey, man, thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it, bro. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah,
man.
absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
Absolute pleasure.
So, if you like what we're doing, once again, you know, we're trying to grow. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, I've been ending this at the beginning of January. Help me pay my friends. We're trying to grow this more than a podcast. We're trying to get out of our 9-to-5s. We are. But most importantly, where can they find you? And follow the season too.
Man, you find me on Instagram, Drew Squared. Might be an underscore in there. I'm low key be off the map for real. Like I be popping out a little bit, but you don't even gotta follow me for real. Just follow them. Make sure y'all lock in with the podcast. It's good stuff, more stuff. I already know they got Come Tune, beautiful studio.
Appreciate it.
They got the whole setup. Like y'all doing y'all thing for real. It's nice.
Good list, bro.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And then we're playing this fall. So.
As of right now, I should be playing in Joe into Barcelona, but time will tell.
Okay.
See.
Word. Blessings on that. Hope you have a successful career and another year in the books.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And just like Rob said, just continue to like and subscribe on the page. Follow us, and we out.
Probably wondering if I think of you. Sorry, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, for the bag that I never had. Yeah, you probably mad right now. Yeah, I got a 2-piece now. But shit, I think they call them groupies now.